Hello guys, it's me Hunter and welcome back to my little channel. I have a little bitty channel. Please subscribe if it's your first time viewing. I'd appreciate that. I appreciate you guys very much. The ones who have subscribed already, thank you. Thank you very much. What I came on to say is I want to say that I've joined a rec center with a swimming pool, a Olympic-sized swimming pool. So I thought, I'm going to try to get in shape a little bit more than I already am. And it has a gym, rec centers do. It has the basketball, everything. My main thing is swimming, so I'll go to the gym part first and lift some weights, and then I'll head right to the pool. And it was my first time ever being in a men's locker room. And I didn't even think much about it. I didn't think, hey, I'm going to the men's room now. I'm not going to the women's locker room. I just went there, and there was a naked man in there. There wasn't a bunch. I kind of think I might have expected to be a bunch of naked men running around because that's when I joined the YMCA. That was years ago. Like I hadn't been to swimming pool in a long time, but it was always naked women, and it seemed like they didn't mind showing their stuff off, And I don't remember feeling that comfortable with that ever. Uh, Maybe because I'm a man, I didn't really fit in there, but that's not what was going through my mind back then. So going to the men's locker room, yeah, it was a little odd at first to see naked men that I didn't know running around nude, dressing. And one guy, well, when he noticed that I was in there, I don't know what it was, because maybe he didn't feel proper or something. I can't say what he was thinking, except for he started to cover his genitals. I don't know, maybe he thought I was a pervert or something. I don't think so. I think he just realized, he'd never seen me before, so he started to kind of sit a certain way on the bench and cover his genitals, which that's great. That's a little, for my first time going, that was that was a little. He was butt naked though, so I kind of had that in my head for a little bit, like, nah, I didn't really like seeing that. I didn't really like seeing that too much, but it wasn't that bad. But it's and so then I didn't have to wear a shirt for the first time to go swimming. That was great because I went straight from the locker room to the Olympic-sized pool. There's a little bit of a walk there, and there's some couple people with their kids in the pool. I don't know, how am I going to do this, kind of thing in my head, because I had a double mastectomy, so I have some scarring, of course. Wondering, are they going to notice anything? That kind of went through my head, but it wasn't too bad. And they did stop, to look up at me, because who knows, that's what people do. Oh, somebody new. Oh, somebody entering the pool. They were here before. And, yeah, I didn't start covering my scars, or, I didn't start, like, going like this or anything like that. I just stood up straight. Like I should sit up straight, too. Uh, I kind of tend to slouch a little bit. And then I got in the pool and I swam without a shirt for the first time with my new chest. So it was great. It was liberating, and it was free, and it felt natural. I didn't have to think about it too much. Just I kind of just felt like that's the way it should have been all along. So I've been swimming now um, for over a month, and working out in the pool. And I stayed in the pool too long. I love swimming, so I stayed for about an hour and a half each time I went. The thing is, my beard is like getting really coarse. That's the problem. Not much I can do about it. I put beard oil on, and um, it's still just the chlorine's really bad for your beard. If you have a beard and you go swimming, and you know what I'm talking about, or you're gonna go swimming, you got a beard, it makes it coarse. So I try to condition it as much as possible. But it looks really funny when it's soaking wet and it just hangs like, cause it's really curly. My beard's really curly, so it just really hangs like out down here when it's straight. Um, it needs trimming, so I just braided it right here. It looks, that's what it looks kind of funny. So somebody made, let's switch topics. Somebody wanted to see my top surgery, the results. Even though I showed them before, I guess they wanted to see them, like what my chest looks like now. It's been 8 months, so yeah, there's some changes in my chest. It's settled more. After you get your top surgery, you'll notice that too. That it, you may think, well, this is the way my chest is going to look. Maybe after a month or two, and then a few months more go by, and then you look and you go, oh, it's a little different. It's settling, like, to look more natural. Hopefully, if the surgeon did her or his job correctly. In my case, I had a female surgeon. So I'm quite pleased with it, except for the sides, and I think that's common too. That some guys go and get a revision because there's some tissue left on the side or fat, whatever that you want to call that. But I'll try to show you best I can. So let's see. I'll pull my shirt back, and there's my results. There's my dog tag. It's not bad. I've seen worse as far as scarring. Um, so right in here is probably my worst area as far as deep scarring, and that's coming along nicely too. I put some scar gel on there. I showed in my other video what it's called, and it's kind of expensive, but it's worth it. And my nipples, I'm pleased with my nipples. I had really huge nipples, by the way, before the top surgery. And I had, my chest was pretty big. Not the biggest, it wasn't the biggest chest you've ever seen. Like you see women, they're just like so huge, unbelievably huge, but they were way bigger than if I were to even stay a female. That sounds weird, but if I was to stay in a female body, my female body, I just thought they were just getting too big. And the thing is, I didn't know why, because I was on testosterone and they were still kind of getting bigger, and I didn't understand that. The other thing is the side. See, the surgeon, she made the incision go as far back as possible, and still has some, like I said, some tissue, and then the other side the same tissue on the side. And that's kind of natural. I mean, I guess she has some tissue on the side, because I asked her about that, and she said, well, you got to raise your arms, and so she had to lose some skin and tissue there. Well, that's normal, but I still think it's a little too much. Maybe I'm being too particular. Other than that, I'm quite pleased with my top surgery. There you go. There you go. So yeah, it's my pecs. I can move my pecs. I'm working on my pecs too. I do have, before she did the surgery, I had some some pecs actually, because I've been working out. Been working out. Hopefully you can hear me on here. Just turn the volume up and put your captions on, because I don't have the best quality microphone. So there you go, the person who wanted to see my top surgery after 8 months. And I don't know what it's going to look like in a couple more months. But it could still change. It's okay because um, it could have been worse. It could have been way worse, and I would be so unhappy. I really would have been. Um, but yeah, I can see some people wanting revisions. It depends on what happens, like the nipples. Usually they go on about their nipples being too big or uneven, and I'm very grateful in my case mine aren't uneven. Um, so if I'm gonna get a revision on the sides, because I got a little bit of dog ears, that's what you guys call them. I personally don't think they look like dog ears. Uh, but there's a little something on the sides. I'm not gonna do that till I'm gonna wait a full year, which is coming up, to see if I'm gonna go get a revision somewhere else. I probably won't get one with her, um, only because my insurance is still I'm still struggling with my insurance to pay for the entire thing. So there's no way I'm gonna go back in and say, can I have a revision now? Oh well, yeah, I know I haven't paid yet. Um, but it's just a matter of waiting. I'm playing a waiting game with my insurance company because I'd rather my insurance company pay than me have to pay out of pocket. If I have to pay out of pocket, it's gonna be a lot. So, and if I can get my insurance to pay for it, that's what I'm gonna do. Um, but they're saying it's cosmetic, and that's I'm saying, but I'm transgender, so it's not just like I told somebody that worked there. I said it's not just like I'm a woman getting a breast reduction because her boobs are too big, and they laughed. They thought that was funny, and but it's true. It's true. I'm not just I'm a guy, and I'm wanting a male chest. So that's that. Um, so try to be kind in the comments below as well. I keep getting same two people telling me I need to get saved, uh, and well, I already am. So if you think I'm not, that's your opinion. You can stick to that. Because you want to bring religion into everything, and some reason you have it stuck in your head. I don't know if it's your preacher at church or your friends started this trend now that transgender people are um, evil or the devil got a hold of you. Devil got a hold of me. That's what happened. Yeah. But that's not. You can try to get it through my head that what I'm doing is sinful, or God doesn't make mistakes, kind of thing, or whatever. God made Adam and Eve, and that's the only thing that you can really find in the Bible is, well, God made Adam and Eve. Lots of people came out of Adam and Eve. So, and where do you get your different races for? Where'd you get? How did you get different races out of two people? Um, and how do you get intersex people? And then there was somebody. I mean, I saw some kind of video where somebody was saying, well, that's because their chromosomes are the same as their gender or different than I don't know, but the thing is, all I know is that I'm male, and I personally don't like when somebody tells somebody that because they're transgender, even if they don't, even if they never tell me that, just saying that in general, I think that's wrong. That's what I think's wrong, because you don't know that. You just suspect it, and you don't know what it feels like to be transgender either. You know, so you don't know what it's like to be born in a female body, but you never felt like a female. You don't know what that's like, because whoever you are, male or female, you're probably just happy with your gender. But God wouldn't want us to walk around miserably either, and be miserable because we feel different than the gender we were assigned with, whoever assigned it. But You don't know, like if God said, I'm going to make this person female and I'm going to make that person male, and that's what I think that's what you're thinking, is that I just think this is my thinking that God did make Adam and Eve, and then whatever came about from that came from about that. That's just that. It's just, God made Adam and Eve, uh, and then it was up to us if we accepted Him or not. Whether the person had a different gender than they were assigned with it, but I don't think there's an assignment, so that's kind of weird that somebody thought of the word assigned at birth, because it always makes me think. I know what you mean, but it always makes me think, well, who assigned it then? Who assigned the gender? I mean, and chromosomes do get mixed up. They get mixed up. All like a lot, because there's a lot of people born different ways. Siamese twins. Was that a mistake? Don't know. Some people are born without certain parts of their body. So I mean, come on. You need to lay off people that are transgender. And same with gay people. I'm gonna go there because you all started in with gay people at first. How sinful they were, and how you know, and their choices were wrong, and all this kind of thing. So now you're on transgender people. Like, what you should do, just work on yourself and who you are as a Christian, and not try to work on other people, because you're just not going to change somebody who they really are. And if you do, then to me, that's a sin. So, and I have seen that too. I've seen, and not a lot, but a couple people saying, they had made a mistake because the church got a hold of them, and then they had made a mistake and realized it because the church told them they made a mistake, so they detransitioned. So I can't tell you, what you really were before you detransitioned, because maybe you really weren't transgender then. But just yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. And you can say what you want in the comments below as far as am I a sinner or am I a demon or something like that, because I already know it's not going to sit well with me, but it's not going to make me change who I am, who I am, and who I've always been, and who I always should have been. It's not going to make me detransition, and it's not going to make me feel like I'm not saved and I'm going to hell, and it's just not going to work. So you can go ahead and waste your time and energy, but maybe you should look at yourself. Anyway, I'm gonna go. As far as changes, they're pretty much the same, just more hair, more body hair, everywhere. Everywhere that I go, that wasn't there before that hair. Uh, how that happened, kind of thing, overnight. Um, and I think it takes longer than 5 years. You can listen to your doctor about it. It should take 5 years. You'll be done with your testosterone. I was gonna say your hormones, but that's true. And I just know that with testosterone, 5 years. I think it's always going to be working in you, because a cis male that is born with the testosterone, lots of testosterone, and some don't have as much as others, but I mean it still keeps working the rest of your life. So I'm going to try to stay on testosterone the rest of my life, um, until a doctor says stop. If the doctor says stop, you're on too much, and then I would agree with that if it was something that would endanger my life. But so far I'm doing fine. Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing good too. And I'll see you next time. Peace as always. Hunter out. See you later.